Hey, I'm Nick Williams. In this video, I'm going to go over a simple close when things aren't, okay, sometimes you get into a situation where you're not getting buying signs and you're not getting that acknowledgement, that head nod. You know, when you nod and say, this makes sense, does this make sense? And they go, yeah. And then you're moving forward. You don't even want to talk about which checking account it's going to come out of because you just don't feel comfortable. So sometimes you just need to go to a close. And I'm going to show you on the whiteboard here one of the most simple closes that you can possibly use. You've used it before, and I'm going to give you some verbiage to go along with this close. So again, you've done, and we're talking about final expense. So you've talked, you've gone over, you've used all your power phrases and everything. You haven't really got a good feedback. Now, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that the person doesn't want to buy. It may simply mean that they're just a person that doesn't show their, they don't reveal, they don't show their cards. And maybe it's not that they're trying to hide them. Some people just don't show any emotion. They're just looking at you, and it's like you're looking in this deadpan eyes, and it's like, oh, come on, give me something. Say, I don't want this. Say something. But so here's what you do. Here's what I do. I simply write down 3 death benefits. I took these, and I write down the premiums. And I took these right out of a rate book, so these are actual premiums for a 65-year-old. So I'll go right to the close. Again, I've talked, I've discussed options, talked about benefits, stuff like that, and I've got nothing, so I go to this close. And I say, look, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a couple options here, and you pick what's going to work best for you. Now, there is a tool for this. You can make and I have this. If you send me an email to nick@medicaremillionaire.com, I'll send you this form right here. And it's just simply a grid, and you can write this down. And this actually shows the death benefit with accidental death benefit. I got this from some company. You know, one of those companies that say we'll give you all the leads you need and they have this great program, and then you get there and realize, it's like, well, wait a minute, I'm getting like 45% commission. And the leads are terrible, and you're 3 months in, and well, wait a minute, guys, I don't want to do this. But you learn something. So these experiences, once you're on the other side, you got to rack it up and say it's a good experience, because you typically do learn things no matter where you go. But again, the grid is simply the death benefit and the premium. And this one has client and spouse. So you can use this, and again, I'll send it to you. So, or just use a yellow pad and your pen and just write it down. So again, here I would say, well, Bob, $5,000 in death benefit will cost you $25. If we double that, which is probably where you need to be, that would be $49. Now, some people like to make sure they've got the future covered. So say the average burial is between $5,000 and $10,000. And it's certainly in that range. So the $10,000 will cover you, but just in case you want to cover the future. Now, I suggest that we start right here. And this would give you enough death benefit that would give you a respectable burial, and you would not be a burden on your family, which is what you want, correct? So I'm going to get the information I need to start here, unless you want to increase it. And then I just look at them. And they're going to tell you what they want to do. Were you persuasive? Do they know? Do they like you? Did you do a good presentation? So you're going to find out right now. And odds are they're going to go right where you want them. And this number, I typically will end up in the middle, because this is where I want them to be. A $50 premium is a good premium, or $49 in this instance. That's a good premium to start somebody out on a final expense plan. So there you go. It's a simple, we call it the fatal alternative. Either way, they're buying. So certainly you wouldn't want to ask them a yes or no. Do you want this or not? No, that's a terrible close. Never do that. Of course, you know that, right? This is a good close. And when you've got nothing, this may be the best close. This may get that, maybe now you'll get some objections, something to work with. So there you go. I'm going to end it right there. We're going to keep doing these trainings. We're going to do more and more of them as we're approaching the open enrollment period so that you're ready to go, ready to knock it out. We push the Medicare, but you got to be able to sell the final expense, especially in your first year or two, because you need those lump sums. This $49 a month premium, that will earn you who knows, at least $700 in commissions, I would think. So you want to pick a couple of these up every week. And we're going to leave it right there, fellas. Have a great day.